Greetings, Massive. And, as the Faculty of Social Sciences representative, it's imperative that I do a welcome to y'all, my new cubbies. We've been having our conversations in our little WhatsApp chat, but of course we have to do it formal as well to ensure that you guys know that we're all here for you. So no matter how this world may evolve and how some degrees will become a thing of the past, one thing is for sure is that the art of social sciences will always be needed. And social sciences is dedicated to society. We are the creators of better institutions and systems that affects people's lives every day. And believe me when I say to you that you have made the best choice selecting the University of the West Indies, and more importantly, the Faculty of Social Sciences. I say on behalf of the Unimona Guild Council and the Social Sciences Guild Committee, welcome, Tigers. Your hunt has just begun. The Tiger Streak hosts the largest population in the University of the West Indies, almost half, if we're to admit it. And best believe when we say we are the massive, we are the massive. This Tigress is dubbed Omalora Wilson, and I stand in front of the street proudly roaring for your cause, as the Faculty of Sciences Guild Committee consists of 39 Tigers, who consist of yours truly, members of the executive, department representatives, and hall representatives who represent the Guild Council in their highest obligation, which are to place student welfare and student development at the forefront of our mandate, to be accountable and answerable to you, the Guild students, and of course, to always be the voice of advocacy and reasons on behalf of you, my Tigers. So whenever you're in doubt, just roar. We, the Streak, will always be here to guide you. We also encourage you to connect with us on our socials, on Instagram and Twitter, and always feel free to message us to be added to our WhatsApp and Telegram group. A tiger represents bravery, valor, and passion, and knowledge. And all four representations can be used as characteristics across the 4 departments in our faculties for the personalities of our students. This faculty will become your home, your grassland for the next 3 years. And as your faculty rep, I deem it fit to say to you that even though we are not together physically, the resources and the opportunities are there virtually. So get involved in extracurricular activities, be active in organizations, clubs, and societies, and remember how important friends and peers are during this journey. This will not be an easy hunt. There will be many days to celebrate, but also days we will be weary and we'll feel demotivated. But we are tigers, and tigers never yield. Wherever we are from, be it the Caribbean, the Americas, Europe, Africa, Asia, we are the massive. We are the Orange Nation. We are tigers. We are one soul side. And as our motto depicts, we have a unified force, a unified faculty, and unified goals. And in unity, we will roar supreme always. We're looking forward to a tremendous year with you, Tigers. Welcome to the Faculty of Social Sciences, and I wish you all the best in this academic year as you join the Tigers on their hunt for greatness and the massive streak for excellence. Thank you.
This is an anti-cheating campaign brought to you by the FSS.
The University of the West Indies, this prestigious institution, is ranked #1 in the Caribbean, in the top 2% in Latin America, and in the world's top 4%. The Faculty of Social Sciences is the largest of all 7 faculties at the UWI Mona. The FSS is renowned for its rich history of 60+ years of scholarship and eminent graduates, including prime ministers, ministers of government, leaders within the public and private sectors, and Rhodes Scholars. We also boast Olympians, including recent gold medalist in the men's 110-meter hurdles, Hansel Parchment. As is synonymous with the symbolic meaning of the tiger, our FSS brand represents strength, courage, determination, dignity, and independence.
And now you, budding social scientists have been charged to add to this rich legacy. As future leaders, you will partake in the continuation of our FSS brand with integrity and pride. Go forward, knowing that though you are one, you represent the entire FSS and UA.
As the late Maya Angelou would say, I come as one, but stand as 10,000. Do not tarnish we name. We don't have tolerance for cheating. Listen up. The UWI's assessment regulations consider cheating to be one of the most egregious acts that a student can commit. Cheating is considered to be any attempt to benefit oneself or another by deceit or fraud. It threatens to devalue the status of one's degree and, by extension, the status of the university. There can be no trust that a degree means what it is supposed to when a student has obtained it by fraudulent means. So, if you have any ideas about bringing unauthorized materials in the examination, copying from your notes during an examination even when the instructions warn against this, assisting other students to copy from you or use your papers, accepting assistance from any other students or using any other students' papers, paying persons to do an exam for you, taking writings or drawings or other work to your examination. These are all considered as attempts of cheating, and the UWI has robust systems to detect such acts. If you are found cheating, then this will be reported in writing to the campus registrar, and you will have to face the examination committee, which hears cases of examination irregularities.
You will face serious sanctions.
Here are some of the consequences of cheating. When you cheat, you only cheat yourself of a learning opportunity. When you cheat, you risk failing the course and having a FEI, failed examination irregularity notation on your transcript, being fined heavily, or even being suspended for a period or expelled. Cheating affects your conscience, and your guilt causes more stress. The more you worry about getting caught for cheating, the more this anxiety affects your performance.
Cheating results in you not respecting your money and your time. You only throw away your investment when you cheat. Cheating results in you ruining your integrity, who you are as a person, and this taints your image and any other accomplishments you might have had before cheating. Imagine a potential employer seeing FEI on your transcript, or a possible scholarship being missed because you are deemed to be dishonest and untrustworthy. Cheating does not allow you to see your true potential. It only destroys your self-esteem. Even though technology might make it easier for you to cheat, it makes it just as easy for us to discover when you cheat. Cheating does not pay.
Make it your daily intention to pursue academic integrity. If something does not feel right, trust your instincts. Don't let anyone lead you down any path of destruction of your reputation.
In the FSS, our focus is on honesty and excellence, not only in attaining your grades, but also in the type of social scientist that you become, and how you represent yourself and us in the classroom and beyond.
We hope to inspire and foster in you standards of excellence, so that you may develop and demonstrate a character that is in keeping with the expectations of the UWI graduate. Stand proudly, observe your actions, and make sure that you always act with integrity, professionalism, and excellence. This message is endorsed by
Students, Welcome to the Faculty of Social Science. As you start this academic year, the world seems to be in a state of flux. As I have watched and read the international and local news over the past couple of weeks, my head has been spinning. The images coming out of countries like Afghanistan and Haiti are unbelievable. And the statistics emanating from parts of Africa and the Caribbean are shocking. Recent headlines in the news media have read, chaos in Kabul as Taliban take power and thousands try to flee. Haiti is reeling. Earthquake survivors overwhelm hospitals in disaster-hit nation. Second, Nigerian Chibok girl freed 7 years after abduction. Delta variant has spiked COVID-19 deaths in Africa by 80% in 1 month. Youth, Delta's new target. High vaccine hesitancy among essential workers. Joy, caution as Ocho Rios welcomes Carnival sunshine. Countries must take responsibility for climate change. Stock market slide on cocktail awards. You know, as a human being, I'm looking at these issues with a great deal of concern and empathy. But as a social scientist, I observe all that is going on in the world with a great deal of intellectual interest. There is nothing that is happening in our country or region or the world at large that is not either explained by or solved by a better and deeper understanding of how human beings behave and interact with each other. You are starting your journey as social scientists at a time when social sciences, the study of human behavior, has never been more important or exciting. And it is in this context that we welcome you to the Faculty of Social Sciences. We are a faculty in which our vision is to reach, to realize impactful research, to exceed the expectations of you, our students, to actively advocate for sustainable inclusive development. We're committed to being caring professionals, and we seek to harness our skills through continuous improvement. You, our students, our clients, are the most important beneficiaries of this FSS Reach vision. Our mission is to create an environment in which your abilities and talents can grow and flourish. This is important to us because we need you to be satisfied clients, fulfilled graduates from our programs, proud FSS alumni who refer new students to us, and who will partner with us as alumni to grow and build this institution that we hold dear. But even more important than that, we need you to be the next generation of social scientists that will be intrigued by the societal problems that we face, inspired to dig deep and find sustainable solutions, and who will be equipped to implement those solutions in our country and across the world with integrity and with a deep concern for issues of equity, fairness, and sustainability. As you journey with us in the Faculty of Social Sciences, we need you to be intellectually inquisitive, intrigued and inspired students. And we need you to graduate equipped with the tools required to be critical and analytical thinkers, who are able to dissect problems, who are capable of understanding and appreciating the theories and tools that can be applied in different circumstances. Now, to your credit, you have already shown that your heads are in the right places. Where others have responded to the uncertainty of these COVID times by freezing and putting their plans on hold, you have responded in the best way possible. You have responded by investing in yourselves, in your capacity to forge a prosperous future, even without knowing what that future will look like. And students, it is critical, because the one thing that this COVID-19 pandemic should have taught us is to not take anything for granted. What will the economies of the future look like? What are the industries and fields that will drive future growth? Where will the jobs for you be in 3 years when you graduate? I can hazard guesses, but I can't say that I know the answers to those questions for certain. So how can you be sure? How can you know that you have chosen the right degree or major or even faculty when the future is so uncertain? And if you haven't chosen the right field, how can you be reasonably assured that you'll get a job when you graduate? And if you don't get a job, how will you be able to pay off your student loan or contribute to your parents who have sacrificed so much to send you here? All critical questions which are made even more pressing in these uncertain times. So what are the answers? Well, here is the answer that most students tend not to believe or appreciate until it is too late. Are you ready for it? Here it is. It is not what you do that matters. What is critical is how you do it. Let me say that again for those of you who missed it. It is not what you do that matters. What is critical is how you do it. For every combination of major, minor, or double major that we offer, we have had graduates who have excelled and who have made the most of their talents, and we have others who have struggled. What's the difference? It's not the course of study that they pursued, but rather the extent to which they applied themselves during that course of study. And so my encouragement to you this afternoon, even as I welcome you into the Faculty of Social Sciences, is that you should seek not simply to apply yourself to getting a degree or to graduating in first class honors. All right, it's great. But my encouragement is that you should seek to apply yourself to being aware of and in tune with the deep issues being faced by our country, by our governments and businesses, by your community, within our families, even the internal problems that affect the ways that we think. Whatever your chosen discipline is, you need to engage with your lectures and materials with your eyes wide open, seeking to understand, pushing yourself to critique and question the material, and challenging yourself and your lecturers and fellow students to engage in deep discussions as to what can and cannot be applied in our current setting. Students, I challenge you to make your learning experience more than simply a journey of memorization and regurgitation. Your learning experience should be a journey full of discovery and personal growth. If you look at what is happening in the world around us, you'd realize that we are at a critical point in our history as human beings. Whether it is climate change or race relations or economic sustainability or political and international relations or poverty and food security, the world is on a knife's edge. And we need you, our best minds, to be aware and focused, to be preparing yourselves to make meaningful contributions in your sphere of influence. This is not the time, students, to take the opportunity of tertiary education and to simply take the line of least resistance, or to put on your blinkers and focus only on what you need to do to pass or get an A, or to try to take shortcuts and cheat your way to a degree, or to try to find the easy way out, to stick to your comfort zone and not challenge yourself. This is the time, students, to engage in your university journey as an explorer. The student explorer embraces the thrill of the journey and makes the most of every trip. This student is open to all the experiences that university has to offer. They attend their online classes and tutorials and are actively engaged. They seek the counsel of their lecturers and may even challenge them from time to time. This student understands that in order to develop holistically, they need to broaden their horizons. They explore their creativity by investing in their talents and their hobbies. They interact and socialize with the people they encounter along their journey. This type of student gets the full value of their investment in their university education. This is the type of student that employers want, because not only will they graduate with a good class of degree, but they will actually have learned. They will have learned not only content, but they will have learned the skills that will make them valuable in the workplace. Thinking skills, analytical skills, problem-solving skills, communication skills, soft skills. I'm encouraging each and every one of you, like an explorer, to open up yourself to new and exciting experiences, even though they may be frightening at times. I know that one of the frightening situations that some of you are facing right now is a worry about how you're going to pay your tuition fees, about how you're going to pay back the student loan. Trust me, I can relate to that. When I got accepted into UA, by the skin of my teeth, I must say, my mother couldn't afford to pay my tuition fees, and my grades didn't merit any scholarships, so I had to get a student loan. And from the moment I signed that loan document for the first year's tuition, I began to worry about how I would pay it off. So you know what I decided at that moment? I decided I would never again pay a cent for my education. And I went from there to complete my BSc, my MSc, my PhD, and I didn't pay another dollar outside of the loan repayment for the first year's tuition. How? I got bursaries and scholarships every step of the way. I'm telling you this now, students, because there are opportunities out there for you to pave a way of excellence for yourself. You can start from now to reach for big, ambitious goals. And if you develop the right habits and take the right path, that will lead to excellence. This academic year has again started in unusual circumstances. The COVID-19 pandemic has necessitated that our courses be offered online, at least for the first semester. And our staff stands ready to provide the academic advice and administrative support needed in this environment. In fact, this year we have totally revised and improved our academic advising process. And we're proud to roll out our comprehensive academic advising program, which is a 5-step process that will give you everything you need to be prepared for your journey with us. If you haven't done so already, please make sure you click on the academic advising section of the FSS website, as we have videos and resources that will definitely help you as you plan your UA life. As I mentioned on the website, I'm also very, very happy to announce that we have just in the past couple of weeks launched our brand new FSS website. This site was designed with you, our students, in mind. It is easy to navigate and it has all the information that you could ever want. So as the Faculty of Social Sciences, we have planned for you and we have put resources in place to help you on your journey. We will best utilize the technology to enhance your experience with us. Remember, however, your learning is your responsibility. You will choose the type of journey that you will have. I encourage you to make the most of this tremendous opportunity. And as you do so, I want to finish up my welcome today by strongly encouraging you to make integrity the foundation of all that you do. Integrity is the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. With so much corruption in the public sphere, it seems as if integrity is becoming one of those qualities that everybody speaks about, but no one practices. But that can't and won't be the way of our FSS students. Increasingly, with technology, people are finding new ways to cheat, but also with technology becoming easier and easier to find people out when they have cheated. Employers and investors aren't fools. So as corruption and cheating has become more widespread, they have developed ways and means of figuring out who are honest and who have achieved by the sweat of their brows versus those who are frauds. Students, I'm a warning. Don't ever find yourself having the label of fraud or cheat attached to your name. This is a label that, regardless of how sorry you are for what you have done, regardless of how much good you have done since, it's a label, a stain that is very, very stubborn. Many of you, like me, are starting your journey here from very humble circumstances. Either you or your parents or someone else made tremendous sacrifices to give you the opportunity to be here. Your reputation is the only thing of value that you own. Cherish it, protect it, build it. Because if you lose it, some people will never give you the chance to regain it. So students, even as I welcome you to our faculty, let me also warn you. In the Faculty of Social Sciences and the University of the West Indies, we have a zero-tolerance approach to cheating, and ignorance is no excuse. Go and inform yourselves about what cheating constitutes. Ensure that you fully understand what plagiarism is. Don't form the fool and follow others down a path that have led them to being suspended or expelled from this prestigious university. Integrity, students, is the hallmark on which your reputation of greatness will be built. Take the high road. Take the high road of discovery and learning. Be intrigued and inspired as you equip yourself to be social scientists, ready to tackle the societal issues which will shape the future of our world. Welcome again to the Faculty of Social Sciences.
So good afternoon all, and let me welcome you to our Faculty of Social Sciences virtual orientation session for semester 2. I want to especially welcome all of you students, those of you who are joining us for the very first time, and those of you who are returning to complete your programs. A very special welcome to you and Happy New Year. Let me take the opportunity immediately to wish you all the very best as you begin and restart your journey here with us in the Faculty of Social Sciences. My name is Heather Ricketts, and I am the Deputy Dean, and I have responsibility for all undergraduate matters in the faculty. Hence, this afternoon, I'll be speaking to you a bit about the regulations that you must pay very keen attention to if you want to get through your programs seamlessly, or certainly without much hassle. So the first thing I want you to do is to be aware of our undergraduate students handbook for 2021 and 2022. Here you will see the website for the faculty and where you can actually find the handbook. The handbook, we say to students every year, is your Bible. Please pay attention to the program requirements in the handbook. You will find that the handbook is divided into sections according to the department. And so if you are the Department of Economics, it comes first in the handbook, followed by the Department of Government, and then the Mona School of Business and Management, and the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. And that's then followed by the Western Jamaica campus. So students, you will have no problems or very few problems if you simply follow your handbook. For those of you who are returning, this is the handbook that you have to pay attention to, the 2021-22 handbook. And we have a handbook as at October the 1st last year. Now, the returning students, ensure please that the program requirements for the program that you are studying are the same as the program requirements that you knew when you were last here. There may be some differences, and so you need to be very aware of those, and please pay attention to them because you will need to register for any new course, for example, which has been introduced since you were last here. So, in terms of the content of my presentation, going forward now, I will tell you a little bit about the structure of the faculty and the departments and programs. I'll tell you a little bit about the categories of students, full-time and part-time, a little bit of how the lectures will proceed, the issue of course codes and levels so that you understand what the codes mean in terms of the levels. I'll tell you of the importance of the foundation courses, things about course load, examinations, and of course all the regulations having to do with exams only, leaves of absence, add drop, withdrawals, transfers, etc. And then some very important other information which you will be shared. So, how is the faculty structured? We have a dean who heads the faculty, and our dean is Professor David Tennant. And following the dean is a deputy dean, that's me, Heather Ricketts. I actually come from the Department of Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work. The dean, who is an economist, actually comes from the Department of Economics. There are 3 associate deans, and you will meet them as you continue your journey here. There are 6 heads of department or school or institute center, and I'll tell you a little bit about those shortly. And then, of course, there is the academic staff who you will be interacting with almost on a day-to-day basis as you take your courses, and the administrative and technical staff, both from the faculty office end and also from the departments in which you are registered. And then, of course, the service staff, very important for providing those conditions in the physical environment that are important for your comfort and your success here. So, what are the departments? So the departments are economics, and that's headed by Dr. Nadine McLeod Rose. Department of Government, headed by Dr. Suzette Horton. The Mona School of Business and Management, which we call the MSBM for short, headed by Dr. David McBean, and he's actually the executive director. And there is the Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work Department headed by Dr. Orville Taylor. Some of you will know Dr. Taylor. He's one of the Radio Jamaica talk show hosts on the Hotline program. He's the man in the middle, or the man in black, and so he's on a Wednesday. There's also the Sir Arthur Lewis Institute of Social and Economic Studies, shortened SALISES. That's headed by the director, Professor Aldry Henry Lee. That school institute, however, is a graduate institute, and so for those of you who are joining us now, you wouldn't be interacting with the Salises, save and except you might be doing a few seminars or attending a few seminars that they may put on. There is the Center for Disability Studies, headed by Senator Dr. Floyd Morris. Many of you would know Senator Dr. Floyd Morris. He's been a member of the Jamaican Senate for quite some time. And then our affiliate campus is the Western Jamaica campus in Montego Bay, and the head there is Dr. Patrick Prendergast. Let me give a shout out to all of you who are joining us from the Western Jamaica campus. So, what are the categories of students? At the undergraduate level, there are two categories of students, full-time and part-time. For those of you who are full-time, you will be required to pursue 5 courses per semester. You are considered to be regular students. Exchange students who join us, from other universities and are here as on exchange, they too are required to pursue 5 courses per semester. We have part-time students as well, and part-time students take a complement of 3 courses per semester. And then there are specially admitted students who take no more than 12 credits or 4 courses, which are 3 credits, 4 3-credit courses to make up the 12 credits in an academic year. These students, specially admitted, are occasional students and they are not in a degree program. So for example, we have had specially admitted students come to us from government ministries, departments, and agencies. Maybe they want to strengthen their skills in statistics or in research methods or in accounting or in economics, as the case might be. And so they register with us as a specially admitted student, take a course or 2 across the academic year, and they get on their transcript, they can be deemed, or it will be deemed, they will be specially admitted. So the lectures and tutorials. For you as students just joining, we generally have 2 semesters which make up the academic year. You, however, are joining us in January. So to complete the academic year, you would have completed 1 semester, and this would be the January semester. Each semester consists of 13 weeks of teaching and tutorials. If you do the summer school, this is optional. It is not deemed to be a regular semester. It is optional. And so for those of you who are joining us now in January, you may wish to register in our summer school to make up for the fact that you were not with us in semester 1. But remember that summer school is optional. We do have a weekend program, and I want to shout out all of you who are joining us as part of the weekend program. This weekend program, you come to classes on a Saturday, each Saturday, and you generally take 3 courses per semester, like part-time students. Instead of each course being pursued for 3 hours per week, as in the regular faculty, for weekend program students, you pursue a course for 2.5 hours per week. So every Saturday when you come to do your 3 courses, you will be engaged for 2.5 hours each. For those in the regular programs, not in the weekend program, you are generally in lectures for 2 hours per week and 1 hour of tutorial. So the regular program, you are engaged for 3 hours per course per week, and that's divided as 2 hours of lecture and 1 hour of tutorial. Now, I want to tell you about course codes and course levels, especially those of you who are first-time students. When we talk of a first level course, we are referring to a course that begins with the digit 1. So some examples are, you will hear of a course called Econ 1005. immediately we know that 1005 is a first year course or a first level course. You might be doing Introduction to Sociology, that's SOCI 1002. Government 1000, again a first year course. And Accounting ACCT 1005, again a level 1. Let me just tell you about the prefix Econ, GOVT, ACCT, and for Sociology, Psychology, and Social Work, you may see SOCI for Sociology, PSYC for Psychology, SOWK for Social Work. This is what these mean. So Econ is from Economics, GOVT from Government, ACCT from Accounting, which is in the Mona School of Business and Management. Second level courses start with the digit 2. So Econ 2000, MGMT 2006, SOCI 2004, Psych 2002. You may also have Social Work SOWK 2004. Those are level 2 courses. And as you would imagine, the level 3 courses or the third level courses start with the digit 3. So Econ 3000, Government 3016. You may have SOCI 3045, etc. So please be aware of the course levels. If you are starting for the first time, you will be required to do only level 1 courses. Some of you, however, will have level 0 courses. I am aware that 1 or 2 of you may be required to do GOVT 0100, which is the remedial mathematics course. It is a level 0 course. It will not count among your first level credits. And so this would be considered a course outside of the 90 credits that you will be required to complete to be awarded your degree. So our course credits are mostly 3 credit courses. Our courses, are mostly 3 credit courses. Some courses are 6 credit courses, and if they are 6 credit courses, they generally happen across the academic year. So they span 2 semesters. And usually these courses are more final year courses or level 3 courses. Now, many courses will have prerequisites. Prerequisites are the qualifying courses. So for those of you who are entering level 2 or are entering level 3, having returned to us to complete, you have to ensure that you have the qualifying courses, the prerequisites. So the prerequisites will be, for those of you going into level 2 courses, level 1 courses. And for those of you going into third level courses, the prerequisites may be level 1 and level 2 courses. So we ask you to ensure, using your handbook, that you have the prerequisites, which are the qualifying courses. Now, there are some courses that are anti-requisites. These are courses in which the content overlaps. So for example, MGMT 2020 and Econ 2000 cannot be done together. It's one or the other, and you have to make sure that you know which one you must do, and that will be told to you by following your program requirements. SOCI and Econ 1005 are also anti-requisites. Well, in fact, we don't even refer to them so much as anti-requisites anymore, because you cannot substitute. You can no longer substitute SOCI 1005 for Econ 1005. If you are an economics student returning and you have SOCI 1005 and have not done Econ 1005, I will ask you to please get in touch with your economics department. The same thing goes for those of you who are returning to the Mona School of Business and Management, in which you may have required Econ 1005, but you did SOCI 1005 when you were last here and it was accepted. I can tell you for the last 2 years, this has no longer been accepted. If you have to do Econ 1005, you must do Econ 1005. SOCI 1005 will not be accepted. So please ensure that you pay attention to this. There are, in terms of your course requirements, core courses, and these are courses which you must do. So if you go back again to your handbook, you will see them listed, all the courses that each program requires you to do, and then they will say something like 10 plus 10 free electives or 9 free electives. When you are looking at the free electives that you are asked to do, please ensure that you pay attention to the level of the free elective. Some programs say plus 2 or 3 level 2 free electives or level 3 free electives, as the case might be. You must be paying attention to this. The number of free electives that you are required to or permitted to take, and also the level at which you must take the free electives. So I've come to free electives. So these are courses that you choose to do because you might have an interest or you have the prerequisite for them. So the free electives are courses that you might have an interest in. So let's say, for example, you are an economics major. You may want to do an accounting minor. And so, of course, you have to apply to add the accounting minor. For those of you who are just joining us, you can't add any new major or minor at this time. You first have to finish a certain slate of courses before you are eligible to add. But for those of you who are returning, if you are adding majors or you are adding a minor shortly, please ensure that you have the prerequisites for the courses that you have to take at this time. And remember that the courses that you choose will depend on your interest. If you are wanting to do an accounting minor, for example, then you will, with your economics major, then you will make sure that the electives that you have from economics, you will use those to satisfy the accounting minor and so forth. Then there are exemptions that we talk about, exemptions with credit and exemptions without credit. And I want to highlight the exemptions without credit. If you do receive exemptions with credit for any course that you might have, so for example, there are a few CAPE subjects passed at certain levels that you would be able to receive an exemption from or for. Those would be given without credit. And so where you get an exemption without credit, the course that you are replacing it with must be replaced at the same level or above. So let us say that you got a CAPE subject exemption, and so you don't need to do, let us say, Accounting 1005. You must replace that course with a course at the same level or above. Okay? Then there are exemptions with credit. So those exemptions with credit, if you get an exemption with credit, then you can move on. So you would have the 3 credits in the bag and you can just move on to another course as the case might be. There are some co-curricular courses and these are indicated in the handbook. Only one curricular course is allowed per student, and the co-curricular course has to be applied for. You must be able to get into the course, and that co-curricular course would be a 3-credit course. Okay, so you can check out the handbook to see the list of co-curricular courses available. Let's talk a little bit now about the foundation courses for the faculty. So you must do either Foundation 1013, FOUN 1013, or FOUN 1019. So Found 1013 is, the course title is Critical Reading and Writing in the Social Sciences. Now, the prerequisite to be able to be eligible for Found 1013, the prerequisite is a grade 1 at CSEC English A or a grade 1 or 2 at Cape Communication Studies, or you have passed the ELPT, which is the English Language Proficiency Test. If you satisfy any of these three, you will be eligible to take FOUND 1013. FOUND 1013 is offered in both semesters. So you could take it in semester 1 or in semester 2. For those of you who already have a grade 1 at CSEC English A, or you might have passed the ELPT, or you have a grade 1 or 2 at Cape Communication Studies, you can sign up for FOUND 1013 in this current semester. For those of you who don't have those prerequisites, you have to take FOUND 1019. This is now critical reading and writing in the disciplines. It is a 6-credit course and it is taken over 2 semesters. Okay? So if you have got like a grade 2, which means that you have failed the ELPT, you didn't have a grade 1 at CSEC English, and you had like a upwards of a 2 at Cape Communication Studies, so you had like a 3 or a 4 as the case might be, you have to do FOUND 1019. Unfortunately, FOUND 1019 is not offered in January. This course starts in September and it goes all the way to the end of the academic year. So if you have to take FOUND 1019, you will have to start this course in September of 2022. Okay? The university has a new regulation indicating that FOUND 1019, well, the foundation courses must, for English language, must be passed in your year 1. However, there will be allowances for those of you who are entering now in January, because FOUND 1019 is not being offered now. You will then take it in September of 2022, and it will go all the way over to April 2023. And we ask you to take these foundation English language courses very seriously. They are very rigorous courses. They help you with your writing, with your critical thinking, with your analytical skills. And for those who take these courses very seriously, we do see a correlation or an association with their performance in their other courses. Okay? So FOUND 1013 and the 1019 are not courses to say, oh boy, you know, that has a lot of work, or I can't bother with it, and so on. Okay? You have to take it very seriously. The other foundation courses for our faculty are FOUND 1101, Caribbean Civilization, and FOUND 1201, Science, Medicine, and Technology in Society. Usually, we ask our students in the Faculty of Social Sciences to take FOUND 1201 in the first semester. However, you all are joining us in semester 2. And so whenever you are able, if you're not able to take it in this current semester, you'll take it in semester 1 of the next academic year. I want you to note that FOUND 1301, which is Law, Governance, Economy and Society, is not permitted for social science students except the social work students. It is students in other faculties who generally take this course. If you're a social work student, however, FOUND 1301 can be taken. We don't expect to have any social work students joining us in January, and so the courses, foundation courses for you are 1013 or 1019, 1101, and 1201. There also, in terms of the foundation courses, any other course that is approved by the Board for Undergraduate Studies. And in this case, it is possible to substitute either FOUND 1101 or FOUND 1201 with a foreign language course. But that foreign language course must be at level 1, not level 0. It could be at level 2, but it certainly has to be at least at level 1. Okay, and you can substitute FOUND 1101 or FOUND 1201 with a foreign language course. Let's talk a little bit about examinations. So for courses, you will have exams, not just a final exam, but you may have a mid-semester exam, which happens around about the 6th week of you starting a course. And then there are other in-course assignments, which you will be required to do. There are also bits and pieces of coursework that some courses have, and they do, add up to the overall grade. So please pay attention to, when you get your course outline, ensure that you know all the bits and pieces of assignments and examinations that are required to indicate that you can complete or have completed the course. There are oral exams which are given, and those have particular regulations. I'll talk a little bit about that shortly. There are sometimes supplemental exams that students can sit. You can also have an exams only sitting, and again, that has particular regulations around it. And then of course the final exam, which would be sat in about May, end of April into May of 2022, most of you will be sitting your final exam. Now, for the last 2 years, because of COVID, many of the exams have been sat online. But starting this semester, you will see more and more reimagining of your final exams going back to face-to-face. So you listen out, your lecturers will advise you of the modality for your final exam and also your in-course and your mid-semester examinations. For those of you who, well, all final exams, I should say, when you get your results, if you haven't passed the course and you kind of want to know, well, what has happened? Why didn't I pass? You can apply for a go-through. That is applied through the examinations section. If, however, you may have passed the course and you thought, well, perhaps the grade could have been better, you can apply for a remark. Please be alert to the fact that there are time limits for the application for these things, both the remark and the go-through, which you will do through the examinations section. Now, you can defer the sitting of an exam if you are ill, there's been a death, a significant death in your family, or you work in a place where you are expected to provide national duty, etc., or you are working and you are required to represent your country overseas, and so on. You will then apply for a deferral of the sitting of your exam, but you must go through the health center for these. In terms of the exams only sitting, I will ask you again to consult the Faculty of Social Sciences Undergraduate Handbook. However, for F1 failures, for 1 or 2 final courses, so let's say you are a final year student, you have failed 1 course with an F1 fail, then you're required to complete your degree at the end of your final year. You may be eligible for an exams only sitting, but it must be an F1 fail. So you either have, a score of between 45 and 49 for 1 or 2 final year courses required to complete your degree. For the exams only as well, you may be required, if it's for medical reasons, you will be required to submit a certified medical excuse for not having attempted the exam. So you might have fallen ill, your doctor will need to send in a certified medical excuse to the health center, and then the health center will communicate with the examinations section and also with the faculty. So let me change gears a little to talk about the structure of your degree. Very, very important to you. So, foundation courses. Now, we spoke a little bit earlier about the foundation courses, the English language ones, Found 1013 or 1019, and then Found 1101 and 1201. So there are 3 foundation courses, which would be 9 credits. So the minimum number of credits for your foundation courses would be 9. For those of you who will have to take Found 1019, because it is a 6 credit course, you will then end up with 12 foundation course credits. 12. So Found 1019, 6, Found 1101, 3, and Found 1201, 3, 6 credits. Okay? So either 9 or 12 credits, depending on which foundation English language course you are required to take. At level 1, you are required to do 10 courses. And these 10 courses all are 3 credit courses each. And so at the end of level 1, you will have 30 credits. Please ensure that when you think that you have finished your level 1, you have completed 10 courses and you have 30 credits. Level 0 courses do not count as level 1 courses. So if we tell you that you have to do GOVT 0100, which is remedial mathematics, it will not count as level 1. That's separate from the 30 level 1 credits. So we get up now to the upper level courses, levels 2 and 3. Between levels 2 and 3, you are required to take 20 courses or 60 credits. So in total, you would have completed 30 courses at level 1, level 2, and level 3. Now I should point out that the foundation courses are part of your level 1 courses. So those 3 courses I spoke of as foundation courses, they will be 3 of the 10 level 1 courses that you are taking, okay? So at the end of your degree, you should have a minimum of 30 courses and a minimum of 90 credits between levels 1, 2, and 3. I will repeat. Level 0 courses such as GOVT 0100 or SPAN 0101, they are level 0 courses. They are not counted in your 90 credits. If you are pursuing a major comprises 10 core courses. So you must ensure that you have the 10 core courses completed. If you are doing a minor, you will have to do 5 core courses. So you have to ensure that you know what those core courses are. These are courses which you must do, and they are generally listed in your handbook. So, having said what the structure of a degree is, in order to be awarded your degree, the class of degree would be based on the grades that you attain in your upper level courses, which are your levels 2 and 3 courses. For you to get first class honors, you will have to have a GPA, grade point average, that is a degree GPA of at least 3.6. So a degree GPA of 3.6 and higher will get you first class honors. Just below that is second class honors, and there are 2 divisions here, upper and lower. So for you to get upper second class honors, your degree GPA would be between 3.0 and 3.59. For you to get lower second class honors, your degree GPA would be between 2.5 and 2.99. A pass degree would have a degree GPA of 2.0 to 2.49. Now, anyone whose degree GPA falls below 2 would have a degree that is not defined. We, as the Faculty of Social Sciences, will not be able to declare the degree or award it without a determination first being made by the Board for Undergraduate Studies. So anybody whose degree GPA falls below 2, the faculty, and that's generally through me, the faculty has to write to the Board for Undergraduate Studies to ask whether the degree could be awarded and the student approved to graduate. Okay, and a case has to be made, so the entire transcript has to be sent forward. If there were any extenuating or other challenging circumstances, you know, things like that kind of information is also provided for the Board for Undergraduate Studies. So this is what the GPA marking scheme looks like. And again, this is in the handbook, and you can see what the various grades, what the percentage range is in terms of the percentage marks, and the quality points in terms of the grade point average. You can do your own reading. It's available in the handbook, and the handbook is available on the faculty's website. I mentioned a little bit earlier exemptions without credit, and exemptions without credit are available for CAPE subjects. So any of you, if you have CAPE subjects passed with a grade of 1 to 4, you may be eligible. So for those of you doing economics, if you have units 1 and 2, economics units 1 and 2 with a grade of between 1 and 4, you can be exempted from Econ 1000 and or Econ 1012. If you did statistical analysis or applied math unit 1 with a grade of between 1 and 4, you can be exempted from Econ 1005 and also Soci 1005. For those of you who have Sociology Unit 1, again with grades 1 to 4, you may be exempt from Soci 1002. For those of you with Unit 1 Accounting, exemptions can be, or an exemption can be given for Accounting 1005. If you have Accounting Unit 2, you may be exempt from Accounting 1003. And if you did Pure Math, Units 1 and 2, again with the grades 1 to 4, you may be exempted from Econ 1003. So please be aware of that, and you can apply for these exemptions on SAS. So let's talk about the leaves of absence or late withdrawal. So you can receive compulsory leave of absence for financial reasons, really. If you can't pay your fees, etc., then the leave of absence will be compulsory. But late withdrawals, if you have sat an examination, or you have completed some coursework, and for whatever reason you have to withdraw from the course, then you apply for a late withdrawal. Okay? Now, in terms of the leave of absence, there is a limit. No more than 2 consecutive academic years or 4 consecutive semesters over the life of your program. So please be aware of this. There is a limit, and the leave of absence does not go on in perpetuity. Again, there are deadlines for applications without penalty. So if you meet the deadlines, without penalty. If you go over the deadlines in terms of the applications for leave of absence or late withdrawal, you will be penalized, and that penalty is really a charge. In terms of adding and dropping courses, there is a period for a drop. It's the period in which you can make the adjustments to your course selection. So you might discover that, oh, you know, maybe I'm interested in another course, not this one again, or I'm thinking about adding a minor or adding a major. Let me see if I can take this course that will put me you know, at an advantage to be able to get into a particular minor or major. Then you can add or drop as the case might be. Usually, the period of a drop is available once at the start of every semester, like the first 3 weeks. You will be receiving notice from the Office of the Campus Registrar about these deadlines. So please look out for emails regarding important dates that you should note. And there are deadlines for drop-in courses. So please be aware. Look out for the emails, okay? Please look out. If you are, so let's talk a little bit about withdrawals and deregistration. So sometimes students are required to withdraw, and that requirement comes if your GPA is less than 2 in consecutive semesters. So for those of you who are starting now in January, let's say you don't have a good semester this semester, and your degree GPA is 2.0. If your GPA is 2.0 in semester 1 of the next, or less than 2.0 in semester 1 of the next semester, which would be semester 1 of the next academic year, you will receive a requirement to withdraw. If you don't do well and your GPA is less than 2 at the end of this semester, you'll get a warning letter. For many of you, when you receive the warning, you know, that makes a difference and you go on to do better in the next semester. So please try and see if you can do very well, you know, focus, and hopefully you will have good semesters so that you will not receive any letters of warning or be required to withdraw. Students who can't meet their financial obligations are generally deregistered. Students, you will receive an email again from the campus registrar. Please look out. It will tell you all the arrangements. In fact, I believe some of you have already received this information. All the arrangements regarding by when you should pay your fees. If you can't pay your fees, by when you can sign up for the payment plan, etc., etc. And for those of you who are final year students, there are some particular requirements of you, so please pay attention. Now, if you are withdrawing from a course or the university voluntarily, please make sure that your courses are removed, okay? So we're going to ask you to be vigilant where you are withdrawing voluntarily. Again, I will tell you there are deadlines for requesting leave of absence. There are deadlines for requesting voluntary withdrawal. Okay, and notice the acronyms. When we talk about leave of absence, it's LOA, and when we talk of voluntary withdrawal, we talk about VW. Oh, okay. So I want to move on to academic forgiveness. Some of you who are returning may know of this. So the eligibility for this is that you must have withdrawn voluntarily or were previously asked to withdraw. If you sat out for at least a year, you may be eligible to begin with a new slate. Okay, so you have to sit out for at least a year. On return, and this is very, very important, so please listen up. For those of you who are eligible for academic forgiveness, remember you have to sit out for at least a year. On your return, the level 1 courses can be transferred upon request. So all of your level 1 courses can be transferred upon request. Now for the upper level courses, which are your levels 2 and 3 courses, they can be considered, and you notice the word can be considered for transfer by the Dean, Professor Tennant, with the approval of the Board for Undergraduate Studies. Now, if you have been out of the system for 5 or more years, please note that you may have to restart your program from the beginning. You might get the level 1 courses, but there is no guarantee that you will get any of the upper level courses if you have sat out for 5 or more years. So I'll come on now to transfers, exchanges, and study abroad. So one can transfer from one faculty to the next. So among some of you may be students who have transferred from the Faculty of Science and Technology or from the Faculty of Humanities and Education, and you have come over to us. We welcome you if any of you are transfer students. Some students also transfer from Mona to another campus or from another campus to the Mona campus. If you are transferring from Mona to another campus, kindly note that the application period is from now, January, to March, if you want to transfer for September. All right? There are students who will transfer programs within a department. So you might want to transfer from accounting, let us say, to marketing, or from management studies to human resource management, as the case might be. But you cannot transfer in your first year. So please note that. For those of you who might be interested in exchange programs and study abroad programs, you must be full-time students. You must have spent at least one academic year at Mona. You must have a GPA of at least 3.0, and you must not have had any disciplinary charges against you. Okay? So that's the eligibility criteria for exchange programs and study abroad programs. Again, some of this is in the handbook and certainly on the website, the faculty's website. So let me tell you some things which are very important for you to note. The handbook, I kept referring to the handbook throughout. I've kept referring to the handbook. Read your handbook very carefully. Go to the section highlighting your department's requirements. So if you're in sociology, psychology, and social work, go to that part of the handbook. Read the head's welcome message. Go to the area where your major or your program is and read the requirements. Okay? For all of you, just go to the section of the handbook where your department's information is provided. And then outside of that, read the information provided leading up to there and towards the end of the handbook, so that you are fully aware of all of the things which I have said up to this point and other important pieces of information. Browse our faculty's website. We have revamped our website. It looks far more user-friendly. Students have been indicating how much they have appreciated this new website. So go on, browse the website. Be on top of the codes of conduct in the handbook, what responsibilities are as a student. Be aware of the regulations, okay? I also want you to note the class times. You wouldn't see the class times in the handbook, but once you get your course outline from your lecturer, please be aware, and the timetable, sorry, you will know when your classes are scheduled. If they are online, you would know how to get on. Go into the classroom, enter early if you are able to, before the class actually starts, you know. Ensure that you are managing your time adequately. So read the course material. Ensure that if you are spending, you have one course that is, every course has at least 3 hours of engagement. For weekend program, we told you that you have 2.5 hours of engagement with your lecturer for each course per week. Do a similar number of hours, 2.5 hours or 3 hours per course per week, so that you spend time reading the course material, looking back at your class notes, downloading anything that your lecturer may have posted on our VLE, our virtual learning environment. That's the platform where you will have much of the class material posted and where you will access Blackboard Collaborate for your classes, okay? Or if it may be Zoom for your classes. Seize all opportunities. So look out for important emails. Browse our faculty's website from time to time so that you can see whether there are any scholarships any internships, things like that. Seize opportunities. Also seek academic advice, and we have a new curriculum advising program, a new CAAP program for academic advising. So seek academic advice. Know who your program coordinators are and the advisors in your various departments are, and make yourselves available to interact with them. And I want to speak a little bit about academic integrity, the importance of being honest, of not engaging in plagiarism of other people's work and passing it off as if it's yours, or colluding with others to cheat on an exam or on an assignment. And that if you have to hand up any coursework, that you sign the undergraduate coursework accountability statement, in which you give yourself as accountable for the work that you are presenting, and you say to your lecturer that this is my work. Anything that you see here is my work. Where I am using other people's work, I have ensured to reference the sources of those sources appropriately, etc. I have lifted quotations from other work and I have put it in inverted commas, and I have acknowledged where I have got the quotation from, etc. It's very important for you to be honest. There is something called an examinations committee that sits every semester, and that committee hears cases of examination irregularities. And so if you are cited for any examination irregularity, you will be brought before that committee, and the committee will have to hear the case. The lecturer will present it. You will be given the opportunity to share your own statements, etc., and then the committee will make a decision. You do not want for your transcript to have at all on it FEI, which means fail examination irregularity, or any notation which says that you have been suspended or you were expelled from the university. So please ensure that you uphold the highest levels of integrity. And I should point out to you that we actually have, as the Faculty of Social Sciences, a statement on this, and we have a video presentation on academic integrity, and this can be viewed on our website. It speaks to how serious it is to uphold the academic integrity and the penalties for if academic integrity is breached. So let's talk now about semester 2 regulations. So classes begin, for those of you in the weekend program, your classes will begin on Saturday coming, which is January the 15th. And for those of you in the regular programs, your classes begin on Monday, January 17, 2022. Now, you must receive financial clearance before commencing your classes. Full payment or an approved installment payment plan, either one is required. For further details, you can contact SAS, the Student Administrative Services section, in the bursary at customer.services@uemona.edu.jm. Students, it is very important that you either pay your fees in full or you engage in the university's approved installment plan. Please ensure that you read the material, you go to the customer services area of the bursary, and you make yourself or put yourself in an approved installment plan if you are unable to pay the full fees at this time. So as I end, I just want to tell you, outside of the academics and the academic programs, we have an honors society. Well, I shouldn't even say outside of the academics, because eligibility to be a member of the honors society actually comes from how well you perform on your academic program. But just to tell you that we have an honors society, it is considered to be a potential training ground for students who exemplify the faculty's mission. And through the Honors Society, we encourage a scholarly culture. To be eligible, you must have a cumulative GPA of 3.6 and above. You must pass Fountain 13 or Fountain 19, and you should not have failed more than one course. So, if you can satisfy these criteria, you can be a member of the Honors Society. We also have clubs and societies, and there are co-curricular activities that you can be engaged in. So look out. In the handbook, you'll see a list of the clubs and societies on the website as well. So please feel free to join any of the clubs and societies. And be aware that if you do well, you can make it to the Dean's List, and you can be part of the number of students who will get or win faculty prizes and awards. Okay, so please try and do as well as you can so that you can put yourself in place to be on the Dean's List and to get any of the prizes, course prizes, and the faculty awards or departmental awards that are available. So here are the important departments for you to know, or the offices. The faculty office, and this faculty office is where the dean sits and where the deputy dean, that's me, where we work out of, and the administrative staff for the faculty. We all sit upstairs of SR4 and so on, SR6 and so on. When you come on to the campus physically, you'll know where these spaces are. You must have a sense of where the admissions or of the admissions section. All of you would have interacted with admissions already. The Registry Information System, RIS, is an area or office that you must be familiar with. The main library as well, although you can do a lot of the transactions now, if not all, online. The examination section is an important section. The Office of Student Financing, the Student Administrative Services, SAS, the Office of Student Services and Development, the International Student Office, the Office of Special Student Services, and the Health Center. Please be aware of the services offered by all. For any of you, if at all you have any disability, you may register this disability with the Office of Special Student Services. And they too, you can find them online. Students, I want you to be aware that as a faculty, we have embraced a vision with the acronym REACH, R-E-A-C-H. And so we promise and are committed to realizing impact through research. As a faculty, we are committed to exceeding your expectations as students and whomever our stakeholders are. We are committed to being active advocates for sustainable, inclusive development, also to being caring professionals, and to harnessing our skills through continuous improvement. We embraced this vision 2 years ago. This will be our 3rd year actually. And so we are very proud of the work that has already gone on to realize many of these, the important research that we've been engaged in. We did quite a bit of research over the COVID period, and you'll be proud to know the faculty that you have entered or re-entered, the Faculty of Social Sciences. We are making a huge impact, not only nationally, but also regionally and internationally. So if you want to get in touch with us, the faculty office, our website is here for you to note. You can actually take a picture of it. Our email address, fss_studentmatters@uemona.edu.jm. Our telephone numbers and our mobile numbers are here. And we are on all the social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc. Okay? So please ensure that you follow us on the various platforms. So best wishes for a very successful journey. We trust that you will realize your dream of getting whatever degree it is that you have intended to realize for yourself, and also to joining a club or society or any other activity on the campus in which your potential can be exploded, because you are not only just academic creatures, okay? So we want to wish you, as a Faculty of Social Sciences, all the very best for a successful sojourn with us. Happy New Year again, and welcome. Thank you.
But I just want to say how happy, really, and excited I am to be here presenting to you today. I used to be in the Faculty of Social Sciences at UEMONA, and I was one of the students. If there are any students like me out there, I just want to give you some reassurance. I was one of the students who started not knowing what I wanted to do in the faculty. So if you are in that situation, no feel no way, it will come over time. Just as Udine said, immerse yourself the best way you can. I started the Faculty of Social Sciences with a major in management and a minor in economics. In my second year, I went to a major in management and a minor in psychology. And in my third year, I went to a double major in management and psychology. Obviously, the psychology stuck with me. So again, wherever you're starting at, just know that you'll be okay and you'll find your way. Just kind of see what you like, what speaks to you, what ignites your passion as you do the various courses. So today I'm going to talk to you about adjusting to university life, balancing academia and life in general, okay? When I thought of doing this presentation, a quote came to mind. By the way, I love poetry. All of my students know this about me. My staff, Mrs. Tamaya Wilson, is actually online with me now, know this about me. And so when I was thinking of you, I thought, what quote would I want to share with them? And this one came to mind. So many years of education, yet nobody taught us how to love ourselves. Let this not be the case for the Faculty of Social Sciences. I'm sure it won't be the case. Here at UWE, we do have dedicated staff members who are here to support you in loving yourself, in caring for yourself, and caring for your mental health. Again, I'm watching the chat, I'm seeing all the needs and the phrases coming in, and that is just great. So I'm going to talk to you about 6 ways to take care of your mental health while studying, 6 ways to basically love yourself, keeping that quote in mind. The first thing that I really want us to look at is this. Your programs of study are intense ones. Just no way to get around it. That is it. Things will keep changing through this year because of COVID-19. I am going to tell you the truth. When COVID landed in Jamaica, and after a few months, I realized as soon as I made one decision and one plan, as soon as the staff came together and said, okay, this is what we're going to do, something else happened and we had to pivot. Then we pivoted, something else happened and we had to pivot. So I just realized that this pandemic is about being open to change. So I want you to radically accept that. Wherever you are right now, just take a deep breath. Calm the nervousness and say, I'm going to radically accept that change is going to be part of my experience, especially during this first year. If you see on the screen, radical acceptance really is the ability to accept situations outside of your control without judging them. And that is the key, to not judge it, to not go, boy, things just really bad, this is horrible, I'm never going to get through it. Don't judge it. Notice it and accept it, because that's what's going to decrease suffering. And it is in accepting things that we can face it. So just say to yourself now, radical acceptance. Radical acceptance doesn't mean you're a doormat. And as Dean pointed out earlier, you are going to be the social scientist that solve a lot of our issues in society. So it doesn't mean you just become docile and accept and don't push, but we have to accept in order to problem solve and to get through. The second tip, despite the intensity, now this one is very important to me. Despite the intensity of your program, guess what? You are not a machine. You don't need to grind all the time. And that's the truth. And the reality is, people gonna look at you and gonna say, well, why not studying? You're supposed to be studying 24/7. You're supposed to always have a beat book. You're supposed to always stay up. None else supposed to matter to you. You're not supposed to have no friend, no romantic partner, no nothing during this time. And while your education should certainly be a priority, the reality is you're human. And so you need to rest. You must rest. Sometimes when I tell students this, they get panicked. Then Dr. Debbie, how you tell me for rest and me have exam come up? Guess what? When you rest, you're more creative. You're able to think better and you're able to resist. No, the reality is, what does rest look like? If we don't talk about it in society, maybe we can't even name it. Here is a list of some things. It might be, for example, closing your eyes for 10 minutes. Some of you just heard a lot of things about prerequisites and what you must do and what you mustn't do, and this is so important. So maybe after this presentation today, after you come off of YouTube, you're just going to take a deep breath, close your eyes for 10 minutes and be silent, and that's okay. For some of you, it may be a 20-minute nap, like literally, you know what? I'm going to go to bed for 20 minutes. All right, yes, I know I have to register. Yes, I know I have to figure out the ad drop. Yes, I know I have to figure out this. But you know what? I will take a nap for 20 minutes, get up again, and push through. So remember, despite the intensity, you are allowed to rest. And rest is so very, very important. The third thing, so you're still with me? The third thing. And if you can even just identify one of these things to take with you, that's good. The third thing is you will need good social support. And notice how I highlighted the good, right? Not all support is necessarily good. And how are you going to know? Well, if you're in social circles and people help you to feel more energized, more productive, more clear about who you are and what you want to go, and make you feel like, yeah, man, social support is a good thing and you want to reach out to more people, those are signs that you have good support. If there are people around you and you just feel confused, your self-esteem start to go low, you don't feel like do nothing, and you know you say to yourself, better you just not surround yourself with people any at all, those are signs that you're not in good social support. No, the reality is, truth be told, that there are many of us who are shy, or, you know, we can be loners. We don't really know how to reach out for support. And I want to acknowledge that. Here at UE, you already figure out there's so many people in your department rooting for you. Student rep, faculty advisors, here at the University Counseling Service, clubs, your resident advisors on hall. There are many people that you can just reach out to and get involved with, ask questions, and build that supportive network. So I encourage you to reach out for this sort of support. The next thing, and this is one of my favorite Jamaican sayings, so for regional and international students, I'm going to introduce you to a Jamaican saying, "Mouth make the talk." Mouth make the talk, all right? So listen, you have a right to ask for help. Sometimes I work with students in the university counseling service who, through no fault of their own, just struggle to ask for help because they feel like asking for help is going to show up that they're less than or they don't have it together. But that's not true. That's not true at all. We need to balance the need to appear in control with the need for help and support. It's okay to ask for help. And this is also very important to me. You have a right to speak up if something or somebody bothers you. You do have a right. Don't believe that somehow as a student you're less than anybody here on campus. We are here because you are here. And I am sure that in the Faculty of Social Sciences, the staff want to make sure that you do well and that you're comfortable and that you're in an environment that allows you to achieve your potential. So if something is not going right, identify someone who you can speak to about it. Because here what? Mouth make the talk. No, here is another point. It is a good thing to seek mental health care when you need it. I think a lot of things are changing in Jamaica. When I was growing up, when I was just entering the university, probably you would have never say, boy, I want to talk to a counselor. But we're at a point now where we recognize that there really is no health without mental health. Where we recognize that we need to eradicate mental health stigma or stigma associated with mental illness. The reality is that one in four people worldwide will be diagnosed with a mental illness at some point in their life. For us at the University Counseling Service, our students tell us, because we do polls, that they come to us seeking help with depression, anxiety, and stress related to academia. Those are the top 3 issues. But we deal with a whole host of other issues, including trauma, including first psychotic breaks. We have students who come into university already with a diagnosis of a mental illness, whether it is bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, whatever, and we accompany them, we advocate for them all the way through graduation. I have been honored, honestly honored, to see students who come in struggling with a mental illness or who discover that they have a mental illness while studying, and I have been honored to see them graduate and shine. So know that that is definitely possible. And we're here to talk to you if, guess what, you just feel stressed out or you're going through a major life event and you need a confidential space to talk. So it's good to take care of your mental health and to seek mental health care when you need it. But of course, you need to figure out who we are, like where do you seek this help from when you need it? All right, so we are a team here at the university of 4 psychologists and 1 psychiatrist. And as you can see on your screen, we provide a whole host of services from consultation to individual counseling to psychiatric assessment to waivers for exams when appropriate, right? So when appropriate, if there's a mental health issue that is getting in your way, know that you can come to us, reach out to us. We will do an assessment, and if appropriate, we'll advocate for you to your faculty. We also have peer support providers who help us to do our work. And so peer support providers are students just like you who know what it's like to be a student at UWI and are trained by us to provide support. There are many ways to reach us. Here are some of the ways on screen. We do have a WhatsApp text line now for appointments. We started that during the pandemic. We have a landline that you can call. The number is on your screen. We also have a helps line, really, and it's UWI Helps. The number is on your screen, 876-294-0042. And so if you need to speak to a counselor, you can call that line. I should have called out the other numbers, forgive me, because I'm thinking that people have various abilities or access. So our WhatsApp text line is 876-856-5758. And our landline is 876-970-1992. Now, if you feel like I'm somebody who can give you some little advice from time to time, or maybe you like to hear my voice, or you feel like, yeah, man, you really want to get into this mental health thing, guess what? I'm on campus radio. So News Talk 93 FM with host Jermaine. We have a segment called Mental Health and You. It's about 25 minutes. So it starts every first and last Wednesday of the month at 9:35 a.m. And this is really big at the counseling service in terms of our efforts for mental health promotion. And we talk about a whole host of issues on mental health and youth, from adjusting to COVID, life, managing various developmental issues, struggling with addictions to substances, addictions to porn. We talk about a whole host of relevant issues. So log on and listen to us, because we're happy to provide this type of mental health promotion. Here is something else that's really important for you to know. At the University Counseling Service, we are a safe space. So whoever you are, regardless of your nationality, whether you're a Jamaican student, regional student, international student, regardless of your physical or developmental abilities, we do work with various offices on campus, regardless of your religious affiliation, regardless of your sexual orientation, regardless of your gender identity. We see a whole host of diverse students from many different areas and backgrounds, and we strive to be a very safe space for you. So know that you are safe here. All right, so I said I'd give you 6 tips, and I went through 5. Here is one more thing, and this is so very important. The thoughts in your head are not always correct. Do not always believe them, especially the negative ones. So any thoughts that you're not good enough, that you're not going to make it, that because you chose social sciences and not something else, like people in your family think that you should have chosen, means you're not going to do well in life. Don't believe the thoughts in your head, especially the negative ones. And we recognize at the University Counseling Service that people come from various backgrounds, including trauma backgrounds. And trauma tends to make us freeze. It tends to make us have very negative thoughts about ourselves and others. So if you're struggling with these thoughts and you need support to get through it, please don't hesitate to reach out for help. So with that in tow, it's important that you be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. I can't say anything more than that, okay? Treat yourself as you would treat a very dear, dear friend. So, given all that I've said, how will you choose to love yourself, or to focus on your mental health this year? What is one thing that you've taken from what I said that you say, you know what? I'm going to put that in my pocket and I'm just going to keep it close to my heart for the rest of the year. What is one thing? I'll be looking at the chats and seeing what you decide to hold on to. I'm going to give you a little secret. I'm going to hold on to rest. So as much as I preach this to the students, I am going to make a determination this year that even if it's a little 10 minutes and I close my eyes, I am going to rest this year every day. Find something wonderful, restful that I can do. So if you see me on campus and I'm sitting under the tree, if you happen to be on campus, or if you happen to be in the health center and you see me walking around the health center, just know that's Dr. Debbie taking her rest. And you can give me a halo. You can say hi. I look forward to getting to know you in many different ways. So stop by, say hello, or reach out to us. Thank you.
The Office of Placement and Career Services, UWI-MONA. The department's aim is to assist UWI students in making a smooth transition to the world of work. How does the Office of Placement and Career Services assist students from their first year through to their final year? We assist students by offering services in self-assessment and individual career counseling, career exploration opportunities, job readiness seminars, job search and job referral assistance, internship coordination, resume and cover letter advising and reviews, job interview techniques and coaching, employment compensation package and negotiation advising, facilitating the overseas work and travel program, by way of overseas work and travel agencies and scholarship coordination. Students can benefit from seminars, workshops, resume clinics, career exposition and job fair, mock interviews. Contacting the office is easy. We are located upstairs the Office Graduate Studies and Research Unit, 20 Ring Road, UWI-MONA. Monday to Friday 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Be aware and plan your career.
The library plays a very important role in the intellectual life of students at the University of the West Indies.
The UMONA Library offers physical
and virtual access to scholarly information.
Want access to physical information? It's easy.
Reprographic Services Unit, RESU, offers a number of document services including printing and photocopying, laminating, and spiral binding at a cost. You can email your request and we'll have it ready for pickup.
All registered students at the University of the West Indies have access to the computer labs.
Having a resource center at your fingertips is really important as a student. The UMONA makes that possible through online access. We have access to an abundance of e-resources. ULink is available to students all day, every day,
everywhere.
Do you have a laptop, tablet, smartphone? Accessing information for your research has become so much easier.
The University of the West Indies MONA Library offers access to over 40 international, specialized, and multidisciplinary databases.
also have access to digital collections and virtual reference.
The Ask Mona live chat allows you to speak to a reference librarian online.
And it's all pretty simple.
You can also go directly to the subscribers apps to access the library on your phone. The Mona library allows you to view the world through the use of technology.
The Mona Library, using technology to support research in regional development.
Is it a coincidence that of all the options that were presented to members of our faculty, the majority chose a tiger as our mascot representative?
On the surface, the choice of the tiger may appear to be obvious, as the colors of its fur, orange, black, and brown, are synonymous with the faculty's orange and black.
On the other hand, the choice of the tiger may have been an unconscious calling, in that, as we delve further into our understanding of the symbolic meaning of the tiger, we learn that this species represents strength, courage, determination, dignity, and independence.
Yes, this species represents strength, courage, determination, dignity, and independence. A replica of what we as members in the Faculty of Social Sciences have been trying to practice for years, and even despite this pandemic.
Although the years 2020 and 2021 have brought some challenges and disruptions to our normal lives, it has also brought some unique opportunities. Unknowingly, we seem to have been operating through our tiger spirit.
Using our tiger spirit, we have been transforming our strong emotions, such as fear, confusion, and anger, into wisdom. We have risen above and have come to the realization that not only can we manage courageously, but we can become better versions of ourselves.
With the strength of a tiger or tigress, we will complete 2021 with faculty pride and integrity, while harnessing our mental and physical strengths.
Being the powerful, potent, marvelous beings that we are, we will lean on, encourage, and empower each other. Irrespective of the challenges that lie ahead, we know that we can find the willpower to overcome them.
FSS Tigers and Tigresses, though this 2020-21 journey has been long, we hope to rest at the end of the semester, knowing that we will need to conserve on our energies and choose wisely how we will expend them as we press on through this academic year.
In silence and solitude, and free from any distractions, we must reflect on the year, introspect, and stealthily continue our charge into 2021 with ongoing insights, inspirations, and goals.
FSS Tigresses,
Tigers,
this academic year and beyond, we are roll with it.